girl T here, back with the Tea Time Tuesday video. I know you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day because you're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is, why am I the best? Why are we the best? We're tea timers. We're always the best at everything. So I had a few subscriber questions and I'm going to answer them right now. My first one was, what are my thoughts on Limerance? Limerance, for those of you who don't know, is being in an obsessive fantasy type state where you carry on a fantasy world with your significant person to a point of almost craving them, heroin type addiction level, where you are just overly obsessed with this person. And typically, from what I've read, heard, watched, it comes from something that you see in them that you may or may not have. Something in them is something that you may not have, whether it be from a caregiver nurturer when you were younger, or they embody something that you wish that you had yourself. You put them on a pedestal, treat them in a godlike way, no faults. They're a fantasy reel. A lot of people have gone through Limerance. From what I read in the comments, they say when they actually end up with that person, they're nothing like they had fantasized about. So, and scientifically speaking, when scientists go over Limerance, they say that your brain will produce dopamine, serotonin. Anytime you're around that person, you'll light up and get turned on. So it is a chemical reaction to this person as well. A lot of people will say is it Limerance or love the first 18 months into a relationship, because we have all those things when they call it the honeymoon stage in a relationship. But to me, Limerance is a step further than that, where it's 24/7 thoughts intruding in your brain where you can't think of anything but. To me, from the ideas and what I've read about Limerance and heard, it sounds to me like it could go toxic. No judgment on it. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this. I myself, that I can think of, haven't experienced this, but I would say my thoughts on it would be, because I always tell you in each video, pedestalize yourself, focus on yourself. The SP is an add value. I would say get a healthy balance in the way that you view this person, because no one's subhuman. We all have our imperfections, as much as we manifest that we are perfect the way we are, which we are. But you know what I'm saying? We all have imperfections. None of us walk around as an actual perfect person. So I would level up the way that I viewed this person by taking the energy and focusing it back on myself, and figure out how to give the things that I'm looking for out of that person to myself, because the only ones who can truly give us these perceived voids that we're looking for in other people, places, or things is ourselves. So I would work on giving that necessity that I find in another human back to myself through grounding myself, breathing exercises, and I would research techniques on YouTube. If you guys want a more detailed explanation of Limerance and other tips and tools, Caleb from Pluto's Gate goes deeper into it, and that's a good starting point for you if you're looking for anything further on Limerance. The other question I had was, can I manifest 2 SPs at the same time? And if so, do I have to envision 2 different end scenes for the SPs? You don't have to envision 2 different end scenes. You can have as many SPs as you want. It's your reality. What I would suggest, if you're manifesting multiple SPs, is go general with your affirmations, because you want to cover all bases of how love shows up for you in your reality, regardless of who's bringing it to you. So love's always easy for me. Everyone I love commits to me. The person I love always loves me 10 times more. It's easy to love me because I'm a super lovable person. Why does everyone love me so much? Why am I everybody's favorite everything? Why does everybody want to marry me the minute they meet me? Or whatever affirmations you want to use, I would go general, as opposed to, why does every blue-haired, blonde-eyed person, why does every brown-haired, blonde-eyed person love me? Like, you don't have to be so specific with love and SP affirmations. I would also set up rules for how you want love to look for you. Like, anyone who dates me know that I'm serious. And people who show up for me always show up as their best self. So whatever your rules are for your love in your 3D reality and your 4D reality, you want to make sure that those rules are clearly outlined so that when your SPs show up to you, regardless if it's ASP or BSP, they're going to show up knowing the rules are the same for both of them. The other question I had is, how do we revise on the spot? I did, and I think they were referring to when I said in my reality I do an Etch-a-Sketch where I swipe out the scenes I don't want and I say not my reality and I push it forward. So you would revise on the spot by seeing things the way you want them to be as opposed to what just happened. Let's say, as an example, your SP told you to lose their phone number. Instead of replaying that text over and over in your brain, you would see the text as, I'm so happy you called me. I love every text that you send me. I wait by the phone for you to text me, or whatever you want them to have said in the text to you. You would picture your phone with that text message the way you wanted it to be over and over, like a TikTok video, because you're going to be thinking about it anyways, and it will change the perspective of how you look at that text message, and it will change the outcome of that text message. As opposed to stewing in them saying lose my number, you would revel in them saying love hearing from you, love all the texts that you send me. It will change the outcome because you chose to go in a positive direction as opposed to a negative one. It revises the end result based on your perception of what just happened. I've used this with various circumstances in my 3D reality, and it does work. Revision is an excellent tool. You can revise using words. You can say, I've always been loved, I've always been chosen, I've always been rich, I've always had this, I've always had that. You can use always, you can use since the beginning, whatever words mean to you that consistently you have had the same results since the beginning of time to now, you can revise using words as well. There are multitudes of videos on this, but revision is an amazing tool. When I was talking about the Etch-a-Sketch thing, what I do, when I see something in my reality that doesn't bode well for me, I, in my mind, envision an Etch-a-Sketch, and I pull the tab over, erase what just happened, and say not my reality, or I say fake news. I'll be like, fake news, subconscious, don't show me that again. And every time that negative scene pops up, instead of poisoning myself, emotionally reacting to it, I'm like, fake news, subconscious, don't show that to me again. If I'm really emotionally worked up by something, I tell myself, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. Our bodies are set up, or our mind, pardon me, is set up in a primitive manner, because back in the day, we were hunting and gathering, and there was imminent danger, thank you to myself, danger around us. So we were set up to see the danger, and our body responds to that danger. Now that we don't have those primitive dangerous things around us, like wild animals coming at us and hunting and gathering the way we used to, we have grocery stores, etc., our body's still set up that way. So when you tell your subconscious I'm safe, it calms down your body. It will calm your heart rate, it will slow down your breathing, and you are then free, once you're calmed down, to affirm the way you want your reality to look, or affirm for yourself there again, being in a safe body space after you say that. If y'all have questions, because you know I hate a long video, you know what to do. I love y'all, but not as much as you should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye!